Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the confusing language of corporate filings to reveal the real story behind the numbers. Today we're diving into Carter's Incorporated, and let's just say they've done something interesting to protect their shareholders. This report from Carter's Incorporated, filed on the 24th of September 2025, is a big deal because it tells us about a new plan they put in place to make sure no single entity can easily take over the company through sneaky tactics. So, what's the big news? Well, the board of directors at Carter's decided it's time to implement a stockholder rights agreement. Think of it like a special defense mechanism for the company. This plan was officially put into motion on the 22nd of September 2025. It basically means that every share of common stock will get a special right attached to it. This right gives the holder the chance to buy a tiny piece of preferred stock at a discounted price, but only under specific circumstances. The goal here, as stated in the filing, is to stop anyone from gaining control of Carter's without a fair offer to all shareholders. It's designed to protect the company's long-term value and ensure that any potential buyer has to deal with the board to make it happen. Now, this agreement doesn't block any mergers or business deals that the board actually approves. It's really about preventing hostile takeovers, where someone might try to buy up a lot of stock very quickly, often through open market purchases to gain power. These rights are pretty interesting for now. They're tied to your existing shares. You can only get them if you own stock before a certain date, the 3rd of October 2025. Until a certain event happens, the rights are basically invisible. The rights will attach to any shares of common stock that become outstanding after the record date and prior to the earlier of the distribution time and the expiration time. The rights actually become usable and trade separately from the stock, only when a special event called the distribution time occurs. This happens when someone buys a certain percentage of the company's stock without the board's approval. This trigger percentage is set at 15% for most people, but it is 20% if the person is considered a passive investor. This means they are just holding the stock without trying to influence the company. There are also exceptions for things like employee stock plans or shares already owned by certain individuals before the plan was announced. These rights have an expiration date which is currently set for the 21st of September 2026, unless the shareholders decide to extend it, or the rights are redeemed or exchanged by the company. Now, here is where it gets really impactful. If someone triggers the flip in event, meaning they acquire the specified percentage of stock without approval, then holders of these rights, excluding the acquirer, get to buy company stock at half price. Specifically, they can purchase stock that's worth twice the price they pay for the right itself. Imagine buying something for $100 and getting shares worth $200. There is also a flip over event. This happens if Carter's merges with another company or sells off a significant portion of its assets. In such a case, the rights holders can buy stock in the acquiring company at a similar discount. To make all this work, the company has also created a new type of stock called Series A Junior Participating Preferred Stock. Each share of this preferred stock has some pretty powerful features. It's designed to be very valuable, with dividend rights and liquidation preferences that are 10,000 times that of the common stock. It also gives the holder significant voting power. The agreement also includes anti-dilution adjustments. This is a technical term, but it basically means that if the company issues more stock or makes other changes, the terms of these rights will be adjusted to make sure they don't lose their value. Carter's board has the power to buy back these rights, or redeem them, for a very small amount of money. They can do this any time before a hostile takeover begins or before the rights expire. They can also exchange the rights for common stock or preferred stock after a hostile acquirer has bought a large chunk of shares, but before they own a majority. The company can also change the terms of this agreement, but only if it doesn't negatively impact shareholders. However, they cannot make changes after someone has already become a hostile acquirer. It's important to note that while getting these rights is usually not a taxable event, actually using them, or when they are redeemed, could lead to taxable income for shareholders depending on the circumstances. The creation of this series, a junior preferred stock, was formalized with a certificate of designation filed with Delaware officials on the 24th of September 2025. This document lays out the specific rights and privileges of this new stock series. To inform everyone, Carter also issued a press release on the 24th of September 2025 to announce the adoption of this new stockholder rights plan. And finally, the report is signed by Antonio D. Robinson, who holds the very important titles of Chief Legal FINRA Compliance Officer and Secretary for Carter's Incorporated, confirming the official nature of these documents. So, what does this all mean for Carter's? This is a classic poison pill defense. It is designed to make the company less attractive to unwanted suitors by making it very expensive for any single party to acquire a controlling stake. While it can protect against aggressive takeovers, it also means that the board retains significant control over any potential sale of the company, which some investors might see as a limitation on their ability to get the best price for their shares, if a highly attractive offer comes along. The company is signaling that it wants to maintain its independence and focus on its long-term strategy, rather than bowing to pressure from external parties who might just be looking for a quick profit. It is a strategic move that prioritizes stability and controlled growth. Alright, that is our breakdown of Carter's Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on this poison pill strategy and what it signals for the company's future? Do you think it is a good protection or a roadblock for potential growth? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep corporate dives. Don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description. It is a great place to discuss these filings and more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.